Welcome to the Heroes of Cosplay Sanctuary on YouTube. This is your host, ScottyB. Be sure to like the video if you like the video, and yes, subscribe and hit the bell for the notifications if you want to see the newest videos as they come out. And we will have new videos at least every Friday. So this week, everyone, we're talking about resolutions. And of course, if you would like to follow us on social, all the links will be in the show notes below. And I would also like to take the opportunity, as we're getting into the new year here, to introduce our brand new and very talented co-host, Astra Cosplay, to the show this week. Hello, Astra.
Hello, hello. I'm always excited to be here. It's my favorite thing. I love being here.
Yes, and you know, we do sometimes have some very lengthy conversations that we have to cut down during the show. So
we do.
She's so patient, everyone, and she's an encyclopedia of knowledge about cosplay, and really looking forward to this week and talking about resolutions and talking about 2021. So happy 2021, everybody.
Happy 2021.
So this year, and I guess I can talk about Cosplans, and I've had full episodes about like things that I want to do with cosplay. Some of them don't always work out. I do have a long list, and I think it's just going to be a really good year versus 2020 in terms of cosplans and cosplays that we'll be able to create and get back onto the interwebs and into shows. So would you like to go first, Astra, and talk about some of the things that you're working on now and some of the plans that you might have, or at least the wish lists that you have going into 2021?
I would love to. So currently in the works, I know I tend to keep it kind of quiet unless we're best friends and I tell you. But so he already knows all of this probably. But for the things that I've been working on and the things that are coming probably within like first half of the year, I've been requested a lot to do Ruby Roundhouse from Jumanji. So I already have everything for that. I'm working on building the harness, the leather harness, and a couple other little things. But for the most part, I have all of that. So that's really good. I have to modify the shirt that I got, but it's not a big deal. I am still working on the giant one, which I know everyone's waiting on. It's the Phoenix 5 Jean Grey. The big golden armor, the big ginormous wings that I'm building, and all of that situation, which my dad, who used to be in the Air Force, helped me out. He helped me find and get this giant military grade harness. It's basically the thing that they use for like backpacks to carry all their weight, but it comes across the waist, which will be hidden by the belt that she wears, the little sash. It comes across the chest, and it has straps like this, so that way I'm kept in and I'm not like wobbling or falling and awkward. So we just got that all in, and I have to work on the frame and the wings, but that will happen in 2021. I am making it happen. I'm speaking it into existence. Mark my words. After that, this isn't in any order, by the way, so this is just me going down my list. I'm also doing Lara Croft. So when I was a kid, I used to play the Tomb Raider games. They were my favorite thing ever. And it's one of the characters that I've always been inspired by to do, but I've never had the confidence to do. So one of the things, if you follow my Instagram or my TikTok, then you'll know this, but I just did Starfire from Injustice 2. And one of the things that my, I guess, resolutions would have been for the end of this year was that I didn't want to waste another second holding myself back from things that I know I could do really well, and things that I'm passionate about. So there's a lot of characters that I want to do that I just didn't before because I didn't feel confident enough to do them. So one of my things was doing those and forcing myself into that unknown field. So Lara Croft is happening, and I am working on a Carnage MJ. I see a lot of people do Venom stuff, and Venom's great. But Carnage is underrated, all right? And I haven't seen a lot of that, so I decided to go ahead and take on that. As for wish list stuff, big wish list, but the top 3, Mystique from the X-Men. I have been wanting to do Mystique for a long time. I'm a makeup person, so that's going to be a giant challenge. and I really looking forward to trying that at some point. I know I just saw Wonder Woman 84, and so now the thing is that I really want a Wonder Woman suit. I feel like everybody's gonna want one, and I'm jumping on the trend because I want one. I wanted one before, but I want one more now. So yeah, and then finally Black Cat from the Spider-Man verse area. I have a lot of people who are very into the Spider-Verse, and I know that I am super into that sort of thing. So I already do like 2.5 characters, so why not add another one? And Black Cat is on my list, and I have some materials for her, but I don't have a suit yet. So that is on my wish list.
Wow.
Bit lengthy. Sorry.
No, I think that's really encouraging actually to have that many projects that you want to get to, all kind of like, I mean, you clearly thought about it, so it's you know, it's just really, yeah, it's encouraging, and I think it's encouraging for knowing that this year will hopefully be very different than 2020, that we're not going to be so restricted with conventions, and that we'll be able to create a lot more, just to put a lot more in the space. And yes, you've had so many good photo shoots so far.
Thank you.
Am I allowed to say, it's feed photography, right?
Feind is how you say it. Feindt. Yes. She's my best friend, and she does almost all of my shoots unless otherwise specified. But it's literally so incredible, and she's going to school for photography, and I literally could not be prouder of her. I would not be half as cool as I am if it wasn't for the fact that she's behind the lens doing her thing. So so much credit goes to her, and I love her so much.
Yes, and Ruby Roundhouse, I think a little bit underrated. I haven't actually seen the new. I never saw the new Jumanji movie.
What?
Yeah, I know. Isn't The Rock in it?
Yes. Dwayne Johnson's in it.
That's weird.
So is Jack Black.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Kevin Hart.
So pretty good cast. Pretty good cast.
Great cast.
But I know most people would say Alice and Tabitha for Ruby Roundhouse, but I'm actually going to mention Susie Creates Cosplay. Her Ruby Roundhouse was awesome. I really thought she just, I think she did like she would probably call that a closet cosplay. And she did like a series of just different cosplays and put them all together. But it was just, she really did a great job with the character. I thought it was really fun and cool. So. Yeah.
I feel like I'm not gonna live up to the hype that everybody wants me to, but I will attempt. An attempt will be made. I will try.
No, that's really cool. I mean, I can talk about, I mean, I have at least 4 that I'm working on right now.
Yes.
Dr. Fate, I'm gonna kind of upgrade my Riddler a little bit, and I have a Hawkeye that I need some accessories made for, so that I might have a team up for that. I just added Luke Skywalker to the list, so well, we'll see. That might be a team up too. There's someone in particular who I would really like to do the Luke Leia team up with, and I think it would be a lot of fun. And then yeah, I just you know, even Ghostbusters is kind of on that list, but I don't know if I'm gonna get to that next year. I want to build a proton pack.
That would be so fun. That would be so fun. I'm learning how to 3D print because, not that this is for literally any cosplay that I would ever do, but I really want a Darksaber. So I really want to 3D print my own and make it light up. And I know people are like, oh, you can buy the one from Disney, but it's expensive. And I want to have the satisfaction of saying I built my own. So that's on my nerd list of doing things.
That's very Jedi of you to build your own lightsaber.
Well, listen, I can't help it. Yeah, definitely. But I also have some secret stuff in the works that I'm not talking about yet, but they're definitely happening. They're just taking a while.
So it's very cool. There's a lot going on in 2021 just for cosplay, but I think there's also going to be a lot of shifts online in cosplay. What I am seeing, what I'm noticing is a lot of cosplayers complaining about Instagram, and a lot of cosplayers discovering Vero and other platforms like TikTok because of well, maybe not the recent changes, but just the changes overall, that Instagram is so focused right now on promoting just paid promotions. It's not very good for organic. They've reached their saturation point, which all platforms kind of eventually do. Like, you can get a ton of organic reach right now if you're on TikTok, Vero works very differently in terms of it's like how you can be found and how things work for search. But Instagram is really at a point where they don't really need a lot more users. They just need to keep people on the platform. So it's been very discouraging, I think.
Yeah, I think that, the direction that they're going in, the fact that they want to keep people on the platform, I think that they're doing the opposite right now because so many people are leaving. And, I know I started on Instagram, but now I've completely shifted and I'm more focused on TikTok. I'm making a Vero. I have a Vero. It's coming. I will learn the ropes of it, but it's very discouraging when, and I know it's not like about the numbers or anything like that, but as we talked about before in the last episode, about that feeling of reward, that feeling of like I did something and it was good. You don't really get that on Instagram anymore. You used to post and you would have a reach and you would have, my reach would go from like 7,000 to 15,000. I'd have so many people liking and commenting, and it was just like building a community. And it went from that to me maybe getting a reach of 300. So yeah, and my posts went from like thousands of likes to like maybe 50, and it just hurts because it's like I can't talk to people anymore. I can't reach my people. And after I started TikTok, everything blew up, and it was an opportunity to be able to have that community again and to be able to talk to those people and interact. And not only that, but it's also a really great platform to be able to collaborate with people with like duets and stitches and stuff like that. So you can work with people from your house, which is perfect right now. And it's just very encouraging, gives you that feeling again. I can't speak on Vero because I'm not there yet. I'm sure it is fantastic. I've heard nothing but amazing things, especially from, like Liz and everybody else. But as for Instagram, it's definitely rough. It's so focused on marketing and products and things that nobody cares about.
Yes, not that I'm going to say anything bad about it being focused on marketing, because it's also my focus, but I think the way that they do it isn't necessarily great. I like it just,
No,
it's been very discouraging.
there's nothing wrong with marketing, but the way that they're doing it specifically, I should say, to fix what I said before, there's absolutely nothing wrong with marketing in at all. There's nothing wrong with it. But the way that they're going about it, the way that they're shoving it in people's faces, the way that they're taking away from creators and kind of just, it's that kind of gets me. It's like, oh, that's what you care about,
Speaking of creators and being in a creative space, it's kind of why we've stuck with YouTube, is because it's a really nice space to be in if you are a creator and you want to produce rich content for your audience. But also as a creator, I think that 2021 is a good year to focus on, and what I will be focusing on, which is a lot more mindfulness in what I'm creating and what I'm doing, and also just with worthy causes that go along with the show. So not a ton of them, because obviously I'm not a millionaire, so I can't support very many, but the entire purpose or the whole point of being able to build a community and a feeling of involvement, and the whole reason behind the show being focused on helping you also grow and also be able to do more with cosplay and all of the things that it touches, is that you would be able to then support yourself, but also be able to support all those causes that you believe in.
Yeah.
If you have more, like if you have an abundance, I guess is the proper term. This is if I'm talking about the woo-woo stuff again, that the if you have more, you have more to give. If you're barely getting by, you have to be very focused on yourself. Like if you can't rub two cosplays together, then you just can't, you don't have the nickels, and you have to keep asking your community to give to you, which I would want it to be the other way around. I would want it to be me being able to give back to the community, to be able to offer them something.
Right. And I think one of the biggest things for me, because I'm a very giving person, so the biggest thing that I always had growing up, like for YouTube, watching these people that I look up to who do these big charity live streams, who do big events where they do give back, that's always been the thing that I've wanted to do. That's always been on my list of like helping people and doing that. But it's a big struggle when I don't have the platform, I don't have the ability to do that. And it's a balance. It's a very risky sort of line that you have to tread when you're still growing, but you still want to do the right thing. And it's definitely a hard line to walk, but that's something that I really, really, really am passionate about and want to do.
For a lot of cosplayers, you're going to see a huge difference between 2020 and 2021. And I think that at the start of the year and at the end of the year, you're going to see like a lot of progress. I think a lot of people are going to see a lot of progress. And I really encourage everybody to kind of get on that with us here on the show too, and really feel encouraged to get going with cosplays, to be engaged in the community, and to just keep like moving along just a little bit more, so that by the time you get to the end of the year, you can look back and be like, wow, I did all of this. I did, you know, like this almost feels like a Tony Robbins thing, because he talks about like, what are you going to do in a year? But yeah, like being able to look back on your last year and go like, just so many cool things happened, and I was able to do so much more, and I learned so much. That's a big thing for me too, being able to learn.
One of the biggest things too that I feel like I've said this before, but I love being able to inspire people and to have that sort of drive, because so many people have done that for me. So I want to be able to do that for other people, kind of pass it forward sort of thing. And so if there's ever any time that I could help someone or do that for someone, that's like the thing that I want to do. And if me being a nerd, and if me, you know, dressing up like characters and building stuff is inspiring to people, then I feel like I've won. You know, like I feel like I've done the thing that I was supposed to do.
I think we've said it before, maybe not on the show, but I know that we've talked about this, where, you know, we want to be serious about cosplay, but not necessarily serious about ourselves. And I
Yes.
think
Like, this is the thing that I love to do, but also I'm really awkward and I don't know what I'm doing. So
yeah,
yeah.
so it's gonna be kind of a learning year, and but that's the whole thing with cosplay, is like to be able to build the skills so that you can build yourself, you know, and that however you want to do, like whatever you're developing, like it doesn't have to be like, you don't have to monetize, like it's a hobby, but if you want to, like that's also cool. And I think there's just going to be a lot of change and growth and just development.
The thing that I want to stress, like right now, like the most, because we're just getting started with all of this, is with the whole thing of taking cosplay seriously but not taking ourselves seriously. You know, I want this to be a thing. I want to inspire people. I want it to be great and can focus on community and people. But I also want to make it clear that like we're people, and I don't ever want it to feel like, you know, there's a disconnect there, because I do feel like there is, you know, kind of a line in the community now where it feels like some people are so focused on like being famous or doing this and that for reasons, and I just want to be a person. I just want to have friends and chill and do stupid stuff. And I think that it's really important that you keep that sort of vibe and that sort of energy, you know? So never be
Just
afraid to talk to us.
yeah. And I think that's it's a great message. That yeah, I'm not here to be a celebrity.
I'm not. Please don't look at me.
So yeah, I mean, if you like the show, that's great. You know, leave us a like.
We're just people.
Comment.
We're just people.
But yeah, but it's great that, you know, just being a person, you can make an impact on other people's lives, and that's really the way that it goes, is, you know, having a cause and kind of picking up cosplay as your thing, as your escape, as your hobby, as your interest, as your passion, and being able to work that into other things that you do. I think that's really what we're all about. And that's you know, really like 2021 is going to be a really it's just going to be a good space for that.
Yeah, it's going to be a very, very, I'm hoping, maybe not necessarily eventful year, but I'm hoping it'll be a productive year. I'm hoping it'll be, you know, this whole thing has been around for a while, and I feel like we didn't know what to do at first, but I feel like now we're starting to get the ropes a bit. So we're adapting and we're overcoming things, and it's new. So I'm hoping to go into 2021 with very new eyes, a new lens on everything.
That's a perfect place to end the show too, is really just with a new lens and with new content every week, everyone. So be sure to stay tuned and be sure to subscribe, and we will have a lot more coming out for you in weeks to come, and a lot of announcements coming out for season 3 coming up. Very exciting. So this is ScottyB with Heroes of Cosplay Sanctuary on YouTube with Astrovoid Cosplay. Bye-bye, everybody.